Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Badger. In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to make animated Claymore camos for Black Ops 1. This is another variation of my animated camos that I already made a video on for Black Ops 1, and I will link that in the description as well. So if you want to make your own camos, you can do that. But first, there's a couple things we're gonna need. So we're gonna need this, and once again, everything's gonna be in the description. So we're gonna need this IWI DDS fast converter. That'll be in the description. And then as well in the description, there will also be a link to a Google Drive, which is going to have your mod files in here. So this is just going to be the files to actually run the animated camos and claymores. And then I also put the names of the different patches in here, so you can open that up. They'll tell you all the file names for that. But yeah, so download these two things right here, the mod files zip, and then the IWI DDS fast converter. The next thing we're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a GIF that you would like to put on. Now, I want to note longer form GIFs are not good for this. I would recommend a shorter GIF because you only have 64 frames to put this on. So I would highly recommend keeping a shorter GIF. So for me, I'm just going to do a across the Spider-Verse GIF. Those are really easy to do. And also it's PG, so I can actually like make them. You can go absolutely insane with these GIFs. That is completely up to you. Another thing I recommend is finding GIFs that are relatively large in size. So not this small and not like this big, if that makes sense. Kind of find a middle ground. So this one's pretty easy to use. So we're going to do this one as our GIF. So you'll save image, and then you'll save that to your files. Also in the description is going to be a link to this website here, which will allow you to convert GIF files into PNG, which is what we need. Leave all of this normal. You're not going to even worry about that. Just keep all this stuff the same. Hit start, and then it might take a little bit, but eventually it will allow you to download it. Okay, so once this is all like downloaded, you can see that it has a lot, and you can preview whatever one this is. So we're just gonna go ahead and download. Personally, this is the best website that I found to use. This was the easiest to use. All right. But once it's downloaded, you're gonna go ahead and you're going to extract the files using WinZip, WinRAR, whatever you have. Okay, so this GIF is a lot of repeating ones. So you can see like this is all kind of the same, which is good because it's actually going to work really well for our Claymore. Next, you're going to want to go ahead and open Photoshop. All right, so this is the base template that I got. But as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 layers of 8 tiles, so you get 64 frames in total. Now this next step is a lot easier if you have a second monitor, because you can easily just drag and drop. All right, so when you open up Photoshop, if you don't have Photoshop, I will leave a link to Phototopia, which is a free web version of Photoshop, and honestly works just as well. But you're gonna open it up, you're gonna see a screen like this. Obviously it's gonna be my GIF that I replace this with. That'll be your template. It's a lot easier to see this than it is this, and honestly looking at this, it's probably really confusing. So you're gonna open up your folder with your GIF, and if you wanted it to be a longer GIF, you would use everything in here. And if you wanted to essentially make half of a GIF, so like if I only wanted, let's see, up to right here, I would essentially just place all these and then duplicate them on that same frame. But I'm going to be using all of them, so that's what we're going to do. You're going to drag and drop, make sure all of them are selected. It's going to be a lot easier since they're all just going to kind of drag and drop into there. But you're going to want to make sure that your new image GIF thingy is lined up correctly with the template. And what you're going to do is just essentially do what I'm doing and be dragging and dropping. So like I said, my template, so this Spider-Verse template is the one that's going to be in the description. Since it's brighter, it's a lot easier to see the correct lines to actually drag and drop your GIF over. And this part is what takes the longest since you have to do it literally frame by frame. But once you get to the end, make sure you start over going left to right. That's a big mistake that some people forget about. So if you mess up like I did here, just continue making them. You can fix it at the end and essentially just line it up with another frame. We can always come back and finish it at the end. What is going on? Okay, so you actually might have to just completely restart, because I don't know what's going on with my files right now, but they are just not filing. So if that happens to you, go to wherever your last saved GIF was. You can see it down there. So that was GIF 7, so we would start on GIF 8 and essentially just start from there. Again, this is probably the most annoying part since you have to go frame by frame. But honestly, once you get the hang of it, it's very, very easy and simple. If you mess up like I did here, just leave that frame there. Don't even worry about it. We'll come back and we will finish it at the end because it is what it is. It's pretty easy just to get around it, because you can just line your other GIFs up, other frames up with other frames, and it should be a no harm, no foul situation. Now, the reason I didn't change the actual GIF size when we downloaded the GIF to the frames is because, like, if I made the GIF size 511 by 256 or 512 or whatever this size is, the GIF would actually get really small and you'd actually have to enlarge it, which is honestly worse because it doesn't keep its quality as great, and because it's not going to keep its quality, it's not going to come out looking that great. And again, personally, I am not too bothered by if it's a frame or two off. That does not bother me. But if it bothers you, you can always just go back and figure out where you went wrong. It's the beauty of camo making. And just a heads up, not every claymore is going to come out looking perfect, nor is every claymore going to come out looking like the best claymore you've ever made. I wish it was that easy, but you're not always going to find the style, or essentially you're just not going to always get what you want right away. That's the main story. But once we have all of our images like this, you should see all of your frames are filled up. Go to File, Export, and quick export as a PNG, and also name this, because that way when we convert it to a DDS, we know which one we're actually changing. So I saved mine as Gwen and Miles Claymore because that's what the Claymore is. So we're going to exit out of that. We're going to go back to Opera and we're going to go to this website here. You're going to put in your PNG there. Make sure to set it to DDS, and then we are going to change the width and height to 2048 by 2048. Hit convert now, and then this is going to pop up down here. You're going to hit the one that says .dds, and then we are going to drag and drop it onto our desktop or wherever you're going to be saving this. Drag and drop into the converter. Hit number 3 for Black Ops 1, and then boom, you have your Claymore here. All right, now, so if you do not know how to open up your root Black Ops 1 folder, you're going to go into your library, go to Black Ops, manage, browse local files. This will bring up your local files. We're going to go to main, and then if you are putting this Claymore into normal maps, so like Kino 5, Ascension, etc., we're going to throw it into IW39. Before we change anything though, I would highly recommend making a backup copy of your IW39 folder, your IW42 folder, as well as these patches here. So you can see all these patches here. Make backup copies of those, because otherwise you're going to be completely screwed. You won't have your base game. Make a backup copy and essentially save these files as the original patches for the maps. So once you're in main, once again, if you're doing them on normal maps, throw them into IW39. Now, if you've already been messing around with camos, you might have a Claymore already saved within this. Go ahead and delete that, and then rename your IWI to Claymore. And if you intend on keeping this Claymore here, so let's say I really like this one, I want to keep it, I would recommend going into or making a folder like Claymore, and then we're going to name this Gwen and Miles Claymore. And then I'm going to throw the Claymore into this. So here we go. It's right there. Close out of that. And then I'm going to also drag these two and throw them in there. So that way I have them saved and I know where they are. But since I am previewing these camos on Winter Wonderland, I will throw them into my IW42 folder. So boom, there they are. And now we close out of every folder. And we're making sure we're closing out of every folder because otherwise the camos will not work. Like, they just straight up won't load. So for your normal camos, see if they work. Personally, I like going onto Kino to test them. I think Kino is the easiest to test these camos on. And again, I have zero idea why Frost is a bitch comes up whenever you load in. I don't know. Ask the map maker. They're the original creator of this patch. But we need to get enough points so we can go ahead and actually buy a Claymore. So we'll do that real quick. Gonna buy our Claymore and testing it out. It doesn't look horrible. It has that weird glitch at the end. That's what I mean by you can go ahead and test these out for whatever you want. And that's why you can go ahead and essentially recreate them. And also, it might not look that great if you are playing on a lower FOV like I was there. Personally, I play on a higher FOV. I just think it's way better. As you can see, it does look a lot better on a higher FOV. Obviously, mine came out a little bugged. I'm not sure where in that it was bugged. I would have to go look at it, but overall it looks pretty good. Any questions, since I'm sure people are gonna have some, leave them in the description and I will do my best to answer them. These are just a lot of fun to make, and as far as I'm aware, if you're going for a world record game, these animated camos have nothing in the patch, I believe. I don't think so. I don't know how to go look at them since it's an FF folder, but from what I have played, they have no patches in them, just the stuff to make the claymores and obviously your weapon camos animated as well. But if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like, leave a sub, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.